Hello and welcome back to another episode of TBB. Now I've made some changes since last episode. It's been about a week, maybe a week and a half. I don't know. It's been a while since I've recorded last, and that is because I've been doing quite a bit of work off camera. And I'm gonna flip the camera around, and it's gonna be pretty obvious, straight from the beginning. Bam. That's it right there. So if we go back and look at our checklist that we made, I think it's still here. Yeah. Let's see. Here's all the things we've completed so far. The butcher shop, done. Blacksmith, done. Dock, shipping port, we are currently working on. Library, currently working on. Housing, I've added a little bit. Let's see. Horse stable, done. And the big one, the wall, and that is what I've been working on. So I will show you around a little bit. I've also been updating this area a little bit. So this, I'm trying to work on little lamps because I want to light this area up. I also want to fill this area with, like you see over there. What's the button? There it is. So over there you can see that I've added like some little barrels. But this wall, oh my goodness, has this taken a long time. So I initially used that portion right over there where that like little where the opening is, the doorway. So I designed that, and then I designed three branches going either way. That's two of those little wall segments, because you can see they're kind of divided up into segments there. So that I initially designed in creative mode on one of my test servers. From there, I actually did this in survival, and I'm glad it worked out, because tearing things down and doing them over again is never a good way to do anything. You should always test your build in creative first, as well as this guy right here, all in survival. And thank God we have that scaffolding, because climbing up and down this is a pain. But this is a very small segment of the wall that is going to be surrounding the city, and I'm also going to have to cap some. I'll have to do something here just to connect these. So I might just wrap this around here. Now you can see this wall. Actually, you are able to go inside. Here's zombie. You're actually able to go inside of and on top of, and I have a doorway right here so we can actually get in. Now, this is the newest portion right here. I have not completed the back side of it yet. I've only done the front side, but in due time. So you can see we can go up here, and we could walk along the top. So yeah, all of this section I have not finished the back part of yet, and I've also started cutting down this mountain. I want to just cut it down towards just below the wall. Because what's the point of a wall if you can get up here and just jump over? You know, it doesn't really make sense. So I'm going to cut this down to below the wall. And maybe then I won't really have to do too much of the lower detailing, because this will all be in the way. But we'll see. So yeah, you can see I had a little bit of a height difference here, so I had to raise the wall up. Oh, I also designed a flag for my village. So this is the flag. It's really simple. It's pretty much just an X that's gray and cyan. Over here is where I have both sides completed. I'll jump down in a moment and show you. But here's the middle section that hovers over the door. I'm not sure entirely what to do with these as of now. I just know the wall needed some sort of break. So if you just have these segments going on forever, it's gonna look a little. I mean, it'll be all right, but you need something to break up you need something to break it up. So that's why I added these. I have this one over here for the entrance, and then this one. I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure what entirely I'm gonna do with it. For now, it's just kind of ending here, and also this intersection. We're gonna make something in here. I mean, you know, let's not waste the space. But you can see on the back side we have all the detailing done as well, at least for this portion. So that way, when you are entering in the kingdom, you have to enter through one of the gates. So we'll have one here. This one's going to be facing this side, which I believe, let's see, this is, I can never find it right off the bat, north. So this will be our north entrance. We will have we'll have a southern entrance. We will have, well, the eastern entrance is going to be the shipping port. That's, you know, nothing we can do about that. It's on the water. And we'll have a western entrance. So there'll be an entrance, four entrances in total, or I guess technically 3 entrances and then a port is what we'll have. But here's how you enter, and yeah, I'm really liking how this is turning out. I started working on I think there's some guys in there around here. But I started working on this roadway, which is going to continue up through here, and there's also going to be one branching off that way. And what I also want to do is, we do have the horse stable, but that's for people who live in the village. For people who, I mean, you can't actually fit a horse through here, now that I'm thinking about it. Because I was originally going to do is have some sort of station for your horse to stay in, but I'm going to have to make this entrance a little bit wider, so that horses can get through, which is not a problem. We can do that at some point. But yeah, some sort of place over here for you to keep your horses at, just maybe some hay and a little roof and some cauldrons with water. But yeah, so a lot of work's been done. I've been finishing up some of the roofing. I've also been adding a lot of lighting, and when it gets darker, I will show you the effect because I think it looks very nice. To our little shopping district over there, been adding a lot of lighting. I've kind of been going lantern happy. I love the way the lanterns look, especially right now. It's just brown and gray, and although there's different types of gray with cobble, stone brick, and andesite, it's all just gray. So having those lanterns in there, just to break up the color as well as the blue, it adds something for your eye to catch on, which is nice. And the lanterns make you feel very warm. I don't want to, the stone's a very cold texture, very cold color, and the lanterns add some nice warmth to it. And at night, it really feels lively. But I've been growing some bamboo lately. You see, I have a little bit of bamboo here. Just a little bit. But yeah, scaffolding is very useful. I'm gonna use it as a building material. Ooh, am I lagging? Yeah, I'm gonna use it as a building material at some point as well, because it can be used for furniture and things of the sort. But I'll plant some more in this place. Just for now. Ooh. That's fine. But this stuff grows crazy fast. And you can see it yields quite a lot of bamboo. I don't know why this is here. But yeah, I've also been trying to... Ooh, a trader. What do you got for me? Nothing really good. Alright. Continue on. But yeah, I've been trying to finish things up. I haven't touched the cartographer. However, I have finished the roof for our restaurant here and the outside design. I have not done anything on the interior as of right now, other than I started on a floor. And that was mostly just so I could light the top here, just so it didn't look so dark. But I have some ideas on what I want to do with the interior. As well as this, I have been changing up the design a little bit. So I've been adding like little caps here. And of course, I'm going to do a similar thing down here. I don't know if I want to do the entirety down here with wood. I'm thinking about it, because this is a port. So I'm going to have docks jutting out. I was thinking maybe wood for the whole thing might be a good idea. Or maybe a mix of wood and coarse dirt and podzol and things of the sort. But the sun's starting to set, so you get to see all the lanterns I added. And I just realized I forgot to do it on this side. But on our inn over here, I saw the side looked very plain, even after I added the lanterns. So I added like some, I want to say they're like window coverings, and they're closed, like window shutters. There's no actual windows there. It wouldn't work out with the interior. But I think, I don't know, it adds an effect similar to windows. So it gives the wall something, a little more character. I don't know how I feel about it as of right now, but I'm going to leave it. But you can see now that it's getting darker, it's not as lit up in here as I was like. You can still hear there's zombies in, I don't know where they are. They sound like they're up here, probably in the attic, or in the rooms. So yeah, it's not as lit up as I would like it. There's still a lot of monsters spawning, but it does give a lot more life to the night scene. One thing I need to do is start making lanterns, some sort of or street lamps rather, some sort of street lamps that I can pop in here. And you can see with this little ledge here, it makes this roadway feel a little more congested, and that's kind of what I wanted in this in our shopping district. right now it actually seems a little too spread out for what I'm going for, which is one of the reasons why I was trying to add stuff like this, this little shopping tent, whatever you want to call it. I have no arrows on me. But so I want to, you know, add little things to fill in. There's going to be signs and lamps and of course any patches of grass like this, I'm just going to bone meal. Just like I did over here, just so it looks a little more full. But right here is actually a pretty good spot for another one of those that we will put in at some point. But I guess, yeah, I don't know how I feel about this either. I'm trying to add like little window shades, but I don't know how I feel about them. They're okay, I guess. There's nothing on the interior of this building. It's just an empty shell. Just because I want to fill up this place with more housing, just randomly around, because that's kind of like our shopping district and our shipping port. Next will be our housing district, and then we'll move into things like a library. I want to build a church. I don't want to get into religion too much. I don't want this, you know, but a lot of like medieval kingdoms are run around a religion, so we'll have some sort of church, that will be in this city, kingdom, whatever you want to call it. This library I have been dreading since the beginning, and I don't know why, because literally that wall was a much more grueling task than the library would ever be. I even started the flooring. So I think that's kind of what I want to do today. I'd love to do a building montage of it. However, from a first person perspective, it's not the best. I don't have the replay mod, which is unfortunate. I want to get it. I'm probably not going to get it to do this, but this might be what we do this episode. Now, I've used a lot of stone. I've used up pretty much all my stone so far on that building over there. So I'm going to have to do some mining, as well as pretty much the entirety of the interior is made of oak, and I do not have a lot of oak wood. So that is also something I'm going to have to collect. So a lot of collecting this episode, a lot of gathering resources, but I really love the look of the library. I think the hardest part is the roof. That was definitely the hardest part, because I tried to make it curve, kind of like the barn, but it's a hip roof instead of a gable. So that's the hardest part. But hopefully, we attack it piece by piece. It won't take too long. And like I said, I do love the look of it. I think it's probably one of my favorite builds so far, other than the wall. I think the wall is the best thing I've built so far in this world. And of course, that wall is going to be huge. It's going to stretch all the way around this place, the entirety of the plains biome, going all the way back to the other side of the water over here. So that's going to be something that's going to need to be done slowly, and it's going to take quite a long time. Alright, and just like that, we are finished with the library. Now, however, I did design this library before I designed the wall, and right after designing the library initially, I was like, wow, this is fantastic, best thing I've built for this world so far. Then I built the wall, and, well, this wall is very, very busy, it's very loud, but that's what I wanted. That's one of the reasons why I really like it. And this is, it has more of like, I want it to look more a little more ancient, a little more like a little more historic, perhaps. That's one of the reasons I did. It's really subtle, but I used a little more mossy cobble than I normally do on builds, because I just wanted to give it that older look. Again, same with the vines. But one of the reasons I do love this library so much is the contrast between the exterior and the interior. The exterior, very old, very historic, almost ancient-like, and then you walk inside and it's beautiful new wood, clean bookshelves, you know, modern, I say modern, but they're not really modern, but lanterns hanging from the inside that are still burning, so it looks like it's still being used on the inside. That's the whole goal. I guess the reason I put it off for so long was because I just never had enough leather for all these freaking bookshelves. But I think it turned out fantastic. I got some lighting from the interior. This actually, this top portion, I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me, but I took a trip to Italy, and while there we visited quite a few churches, and there was one church, the entire interior was white, but it had this tower right up the center and had these giant beautiful windows. If I can find it, I'll pull up a picture of it on screen right now. But I had this tower right up the middle and these giant windows, and they let all this natural light in, and everything was white and bright, and that's kind of where the inspiration for this actually originally came from. And I guess an image really doesn't do it justice. It's something that you have to see in real life. Absolutely stunning, and something I was hoping to recreate. Now this doesn't let a lot of natural light in, but it lets enough. Like before I put all these lanterns in here, the only source of light was from that window, and you can see just this centerpiece was lit up just from the tower. So I think that is one of the cooler parts of it. Of course, I gotta extend these roads out, so now I gotta do some landscaping. I started to make a little pond here, and I'm actually gonna fill it now. Need buckets. I think I have buckets somewhere, but I might end up there. But yeah, that is the library complete finally, so we can cross another item off the list now. Ooh, let's... Oh, alright. Let's see, it's been a while since I've filled an area with water. Let's see. I think if you just fill the edges, the rest of it should be good, right? Is that how that works? Yeah, that sure is. All right. And then I'm just going to make it a little... Oh, see, this is what I don't want. I don't want grass to start growing in here. Yep. So I might fill this in with gravel, just because I don't like the way the grass looks underwater. But I don't know if I have any, but I want to put some lily pads in here, and then I will bone meal around the outside. Just a little bit. I'd like to get some more bone meal just to make the pond look a little better. And I'm gonna put a big tree. I'm gonna put it right here. I want to get a big tree. No, I said I'm gonna put a big tree. I'm hoping to put a big tree right there. It's kind of dark through here. I'm gonna add. I'm gonna get street lighting at some point. Street lighting will happen. What was I looking for? Oh, I'll put some sugar cane next to it. That'll look good. Saplings. That's what I came in here for. Yep. There we go. There, and there's one. Actually, I'll just grab the whole thing. Do I have any bones for bone meal? I've got a couple bone meal. That's fine. All right. And it's nighttime, so we will sleep. And then when morning comes, we'll spruce up that pond a little bit. See if we can grow a big tree. It's probably gonna take a couple grows. I got a bunch of places I want to place big trees. They're just hard to grow. Look at that, the silhouette of that savanna mountain in the distance. That looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie. But all in all, the city's starting to come together. One thing I definitely want to do is this shopping district needs to be packed together a little more. The housing district's gonna be a little more spread out. I do want houses though that are gonna be like on top of each other. They're gonna have little lawns. But people aren't going to be able to, you know, you got to think of the story, right? And people living in these smaller houses are not going to be able to afford to have large properties. Maybe they work over here on the farm, or maybe they work in the shopping district. They own a shop, or well, I guess the people who own the shop, they sleep in the shop. That's what the upper areas are for, right? But we'll put a tree right there. See if we can grow a big tree. And we'll throw some sugar cane right there. That looks nice. And then we'll just bone meal that and that. I just want to get rid of these up in the front, just any of the tall grass, because I think it's a little distracting. But that's kind of nice. That's looking nice. I think the tree will balance it out a little bit with the sugar cane. And if we get some lily pads, definitely got to replace this with gravel. Oh, that's unfortunate. That happens. That's fine. But yeah, definitely, place is definitely coming together. I think some of these mountains or some of these hills I want to flatten out a little bit. This one I really can't because I built something on top of it. But yeah, a lot of these, especially towards that section over there, it's very, very hilly, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. We could always work right with the terrain. That's always a nice option. I'll plant that flower. There we go. We always work with the terrain. That's always something I strive to do. But a lot of these things, just flattening out, like this right here. I flattened this out a little bit, mostly because a road's gonna be going through it. But I'm probably just gonna extend the our wheat field up into here, just to go along the road like we have it going here. I think it completes this little farm area just a little bit. But other than that, I think we've pretty much completed our goal for today's video. This has taken up the majority of my time, but I am really happy to get the library in. We've pretty much finished everything on our list that we set out to do. So at some point, we're gonna have to create some more stuff. I mean, of course, the dock and shipping port, that's something that's gonna be worked out over time. It's getting there. And yeah, I guess our cartographer and our restaurant are next on the list. We also have our brewery that we're going to be making, which is going to be right next to the restaurant. So at some point we'll do that as well. But for now, I think we're going to call it here. A lot of progress has been made in the world. So very happy about that. Ooh, also, I'm just going to point out really quick because I am very... That bothers me. I'm very much amazed. My channel has recently hit over 20,000. I think we're at 21,000 views right now, which is kind of mind-boggling. I know 21,000 views to YouTube standards are very low, and almost 40 subscribers, very low, of course. But those are great milestones that I'm surprised that I actually hit even this early on. So anybody who actually does watch this, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, of course. Anybody who's just catching me now, welcome. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. Always appreciated. And yeah, I guess we're just gonna end it. I want to start doing new stuff on my channel. So I started up a Minecraft series that was new. Now I think this is episode 9, which, I mean, to be fair, has been sprawled out over like a month and a half or 2 months. 9 episodes in 2 months is nothing. I'm just lazy and I've got a lot going on. So there's all that. But I've been working on a speed build episode for if anyone's familiar with the software known as Revit. So that will hopefully be out shortly after this video. But yeah, and anything else you want to see from me, feel free to leave in the comments, and I will do my best, see if I can figure that out for you. But let me end it here. Thanks everyone who actually bothered to tune in. This has been TBB, and I'll catch you in the next one.